Hello YouTube. This is Luigi the Fourth. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I keep wanting to get these cards in the mail, and this guy things keep going wrong with the stupid mail and the trade, and all sorts of crap's going on. But some spoilers came out today. Maybe they came out a little while ago. I don't know. I just checked them today after not checking them for like 3 weeks, so maybe they've been out for a while and didn't know about it. Either way, we have 5 that are cool, and then 10 that are totally expected. And the 10 that are totally expected are just the shocks and the gates, so of course those are going to happen. Yeah. So the first spoiler is a blue sorcery called Enter the Infinite. It costs 8 and no, that's quad blue. So that makes it just a tad uncastable. And then you can draw cards. Okay, so draw your library, then put a card from your hand on top of your library, and you have no max hand size until your next turn. It seems pretty good. I mean, if you could cast it, then you'd win, but if you couldn't cast it, then it would be a very dead card. I can imagine it could work in Legacy, like Ritual, Into the Infinite, Ritual, Centrals of Agony, good game. But I think it would be kind of unnecessary and hard to get off, especially because it's blue and not black, and the Ritual is probably I do with black. Next on the list is Hellkite Tyrant. It's 4 and double red, flying trample dragon. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you gain control of all their artifacts. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 20 or more artifacts, you win. That just seems weird. I guess there was that one guy that was like, man, my opponents always have these 20 artifacts, and finally I can steal them all and win. But for the rest of the people, kind of a crappy card. And then there are 3 other mythics, and those are the only other ones that aren't gates or shocks. To start off, there's the Boros Guild Leader. It's Legendary Angel, Flying Vigilance Haste, 3/4. Whenever it's called Aurelia the War Leader, attacks for the first time each turn, and tap all creatures you control. And then after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So you just get to go ahead and attack twice. Remember there was a card one of my first cards ever, it was called Waves of Aggression. I absolutely loved it. It costed 5, and it was a sorcery that let me do 2 combats, and then I could retrace it, and it was from Eventide, I think, and it was definitely not in Standard or any format that I would have ever played at the time. It was, legal and casual, and that's all that really mattered to me. But it was really fun there, and I'm looking forward to playing this Aurelia guy. Next is, what's it called? Never pronounced his name correctly, but it's Borborygamos Enraged. He's a 7/6 Trampler for 4 double red, double green. He's got Trample, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you reveal your top 3 cards, put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest of your graveyard, and then you can discard a land, and you deal 3 damage to a creature or player. Obviously, this guy is really intended for EDH. I can't see him getting played and constructed, but hey, maybe he could. But he doesn't have an immediate board presence for starts. Yeah, so I can't really see him getting played. Next, there is Domri Raid, and let me move the window open a little bit. Okay. And that is a Planeswalker. Costs 1, a red and a green, so it's a Gruul Planeswalker, so that's certainly not something we expected. And that means obviously the other one's going to be Gideon. That means there's not going to be any Kiora Tua unless she gets printed in Sinker. He has 3 loyalty, and so his abilities are, you can +1 him, reveal the top card of your, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, reveal it and put it into your hand. -2, you can prey upon, and then -7, you get an emblem with creatures you control. I just love this. Have double strike, trample, hexproof, and haste. So I mean, if you can get that off, it's like -7, you win the game, kind of like on Tamiyo, or like on a lot of Planeswalkers, quite frankly. So those are all the interesting spoilers for now. Obviously, we've got the shocks, that was to be expected, and the gates, again, to be expected. Yeah, I only found out about these like a couple seconds ago, so these are just first impressions. Maybe I missed something or some sort of affiliation. But, yeah, that is all. Goodbye.